subpoena. I think right now the president's legal team should have no interest in answering these enormously broad questions voluntarily. They'll get the same broad questions artfully asked at a grand jury, but at least they'll be able to challenge, A, the entire process of subpoenaing the president. They'll lose on that. Second,
you think that they will lose on that?
I think they will lose on that. I think they will win on some areas of questioning. For example, why did you fire? What was your motive? What was your reasoning? I don't think you can question presidential acts that are covered by Article 2. But
you can't get to intent.
I don't think you can, or motive. But I think what you can get to is what the president's most vulnerable on, and that is business dealings before he became president. No court is going to deny the grand jury the power to get to those questions. So the irony is those questions that he has the best legal right to prevent are not the most important questions, whereas the ones he has no legal right to prevent are the most damaging questions.
Jeff, I mean, based on this reporting, and you know, do you believe what the professor just said, that the subpoena seems to be where we're heading? I mean, in this article, it talks about how the president is fuming about the Michael Cohen raid, doesn't want to sit down. Talks about it, you know, 20 times a day, I think it says at some point in this article.
Right. I think, yes, I agree with Alan that a subpoena is coming, and I agree that ultimately the president will lose. I disagree that the courts will limit the Mueller much in what he can ask. I think he will be allowed to ask about motive because I think it's relevant, but the larger point is I think the president has a way of short-circuiting this entire process, and I think that's what he's going to do ultimately, which is take the fifth, which is refuse to answer.
No.
Can I finish,
yeah,
Alan?
There's just no way he's gonna do
which
that.
is, you know, the president will denounce the process. It's a witch hunt. He doesn't want anything to do with this. There is nothing Mueller can do if the president takes the fifth.
Of course there is.
And I think,
he gives him immunity, number one.
He's never going to give the president immunity.
Of course he is. Let me tell you why he'll give the president
God.
immunity, because immunity doesn't apply in an impeachment proceeding. And no matter what Rosenstein says, you're not going to get a reversal of the Justice Department suddenly say, when the president is Trump, we've changed our mind. Now you can indict him. Now you can prosecute him. So he is at no risk of being indicted or prosecuted. He is at risk of being impeached. And if he foolishly takes the fifth, he gets to be asked all these same questions under immunity, and all the answers can be used against him in an impeachment proceeding. So I have to tell you, Jeffrey, you're an A+ student, but boy, on this one, taking the fifth, I'm not even going to give you your grade. It won't happen.
Watch it happen. Watch it happen. He's going to denounce.
Come back and we'll show this video.
Jeff, to the professor's point, though, if he takes the fifth, wait, again, I'm not a lawyer. You're saying if he takes the fifth,
give him immunity,
and that, but his answers can be
questions
used against him for
in
an
an impeachment proceeding.
So, Jeff, why would he take the fifth if that's the case?
Because the Mueller's office will never give him immunity. They are not going to give him the opportunity to be excused from any kind of criminal prosecution down the road. I mean, that's what immunity means, is that it could never be used against you. So the idea that the president, that you know, this central figure is going to be excused from any kind of criminal liability.
But if the Department of Justice believes that a president cannot be indicted, then why would they? Did the Mueller team somehow fight that?
Moreover, it's not transactional immunity; it's use immunity. So they can go after him. They just can't use the evidence they obtain or the fruits of that evidence in the criminal prosecution.
I think the odds of Mueller giving the President of the United States immunity are infinitesimal. It is not going to happen, and the President can end this process overnight if he decides to take the fifth.
Bad judgment. It would be as bad judgment as the lawyers who told President Clinton to testify